Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Ellie Rutledge with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Today, the 114th Congress begins their legislative session. The Republican-controlled Congress has many priorities as they convene the new session, and judging from news reports, immigration will be on the list. Here to discuss what this legislative session may have in store is Chen, AILA's Director of Advocacy. Greg, thanks for joining me. What are the immigration priorities for this Congress?
For Republicans, the first big goal will be stopping President Obama's administrative action plans in whatever way they can. In addition, I expect Republicans will be advancing a border security bill, and they also have a strong interest in advancing a business-oriented bill to help businesses with the immigration system. Now, in these two latter areas, how Republicans will do that is a big question. For example, on border security, Chairman McCall in the House was able to pass last year, with strong bipartisan support, a border bill out of his committee. With the fractured caucus that the Republicans are facing internally, it's very unlikely that such a bill would pass this year, and instead there will be opposition and challenges from those who want a tougher, even more punitive border security bill to go through. On the business side, there will be similar questions about how far Republicans are willing to go to advance an immigration reform measure that supports businesses. For Democrats, it's really going to be all defense. And first of all, they'll be defending the Obama Administrative Action Plan, and they'll also be defending probably a number of measures coming from Republicans, mostly from the more conservative Tea Party wing that will be oriented towards very punitive anti-immigrant measures, mostly on border security or enforcement.
The Department of Homeland Security's funding is up at the end of February, and Congress will have to agree on a spending bill to cover that department the rest of the fiscal year. What do you think that debate will look like in this new Congress?
I mentioned before that the Republicans' big goal on immigration is going to be to stop Obama's executive action plans. The DHS spending bill that will be up in February is going to be its most likely method of stopping this. Of course, Republicans could introduce legislation any time that would strip Obama of the authority to do things such as deferred action or some of the other steps that he hasn't planned. But stopping DHS's spending is going to be the easiest way to do it for a couple of reasons. One, it's the power of the purse, and two, spending measures are a must-pass. If the Republicans don't allow a appropriations bill for DHS to go through, DHS won't have the money to keep operating. So that's where their real leverage is going to lie. Now, there are some issues with how effective that will be. One is that USCIS, which is charged with implementing the DACA and DAPA plans, is largely funded by fees. So even defunding DHS may not stop the DACA-DAPA components. Also, DHS in the last go-around where the government shut down was able to actually keep about 85% of its employees on an operational budget because they were considered essential. So whether or not holding the sword of stopping money to the administration is actually going to be successful is less clear. But we'll certainly see a really big fight coming from Republicans taking off the gloves to challenge Obama's administrative action plan, because they have both chambers now and strong control of the Congress.
Thanks, Greg, for joining me. For the rest of you, please stay tuned for more updates from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.